if the fan is really loud, y'all are just gonna have to deal with it because it's hot in my room. So if I turn it off, it'll be even hotter. And I'm not dealing with that today. So you're gonna have to deal with it. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Becca. I'm the girl who posts once every couple of months. So if you don't like commitment, this is the channel for you. I'm trying to get back into posting. I have more time now. My work schedule is different, so I have more time to film. We'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna promise anything. Okay, I'm not gonna promise anything. But we are filming today. Today is going to be a TBR video for July. Shocking that it's already July. I know everyone says this in every TBR video ever. But it's like, what? Where'd the time go? But, however, I have not done a TBR video in a hot minute. Since like last year. I haven't done one all year. I haven't been really reading much this year. I'm trying to get back into it. Like I said, I have more time now. Now that I'm not working literally pretty much all day. So yeah, we're gonna do a TBR video. I hate to break it to you, if you guys loved TBR the musical, I'm not doing that anymore because all of the cards got ruined. Yay! Maybe I'll revamp it. Who knows? I don't know. But today we're just gonna do the typical TBR jar. This is my TBR jar. It's gonna be filled with prompts, and we're gonna pick out books. Oh, I just dropped one. Hold on. Maybe this should be our first prompt. But hold on. This is gonna be our first prompt because it already fell out of the jar. But first, I need to discuss some stuff. So, first off, it is, I think, the 3rd of July. I'm doing this a little late. Oopsies. And I've already started 2 books. I've already technically read like half of a book, and I counted it as this month, because I finished it on I think I finished it at like 12 a.m. on the 2nd, technically. I finished it on the 1st. We're gonna say I finished it on the 1st, which that was Watch Me by Tahara Mafi. It is the first book in the New Republic series, which is like the spin-off Shatter Me series. And the other book that I'm reading as of right now is Release Me by Tahara Mafi, which is the second one in the New Republic. I reread Watch Me. That's why I read it. So I could read this one because I didn't remember what happened in the first one because I read it when it first came out and I didn't remember what happened. So that's what I'm reading currently. Probably not going to put this one on the TBR just because I'm already like 100 pages in. I guess I could if I feel like it. Maybe I will. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. If something fits it, maybe I will. And then one that I'm not going to put on the TBR because I'm literally like 90% through it is I'm listening to the audiobook of We Used to Live Here. I don't remember the author's name for this. Don't judge me. I haven't looked at it. Anyway, the picture's here probably. So that's what I'm currently listening to. I'm listening to it while I'm working, because my job, I have certain times when I'm in the back of house that I'm allowed to listen to things, and so I've been listening to that, and I'm about 90% in. So we're almost finished with that. It's confusing, I'll say that. So without further ado, I'm gonna pick my TBR prompts. I'm probably gonna do, I think I'm gonna lowball it. I'm gonna go 5, and we'll see. I mean, we're in the 3rd, and we're already, you know, tandem reading 2 books. I've already read 1, so we're getting there. We're there. We're going. We're getting going. So, okay, I'm gonna start with this first prompt that just fell out of my jar. I don't know where to put. Here's my book cart. See, here's my bookshelves. In case you guys wanted to see, you can't really see. This is like a corner bookshelf, but this I have to connect the light to a charger or to a plug, and the closest plug is really far away. So y'all are gonna have to deal with not being able to see this side of my bookshelf. You can see this side, and you can see this one, and I have another one over there. So we got a lot of books to choose from. I also have my book cart down here. I'm not gonna show you because if I move my phone, it's gonna get all messed up. Okay, the first prompt is new to you author. Okay. I feel like I have a lot. Check out a couple of books. I don't know which one we're gonna go with. So the first one we have is Heartless Hunter by Kristen. I'm gonna say that wrong. You guys know this book. This is the Crimson Moth series? Question mark? Is that what it's called? Yes, Crimson Moth. It's about a witch and a witch hunter. That's about all I know. The only thing that's keeping me from wanting to read this, because it is on my 26 and 26, so I probably should read it. However, I am just not in a fantasy mood as of recently. I don't know why. I know, it's shocking. I just don't want to read fantasy that much. It's crazy, but that's besides the point. So maybe I'll read it. Maybe. The other one I have is True Crime Story by Joseph Knox. This is a new book that I just got recently. What's it about again? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, so it's about this girl that disappears, and 7 years later, this writer finds herself drawn into the mystery, and then she goes to interview people that were in the girl's life. So like her closest friends and everything. There's like a secret life of the girl that went missing, and she's also stalked by a figure from the shadows. So it sounds very like Good Girls Guide to Murder turned into an adult book, basically, because that's a very similar plot. And if you guys know me, you guys know I love A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I love that series. So that is definitely an option. I'm definitely in my like mystery thriller era. I have been reading so many. Speaking of which, the next book that I picked out is That's Not My Name by Megan Lally. This is about a girl who basically like gets amnesia or something. And when she comes back, this guy is like, yeah, that's my daughter. And she's like, what? No, you're not. Wait, are you? Hold on. And then also this guy is trying to find his missing girlfriend. Everyone thinks he murdered her. And now so he's trying to prove his innocence and like find her at the same time. So it sounds interesting. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe that'll be picked. And then the last one that I picked is Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dineman? I'm not sure. I'm sure everyone knows about this book. Everyone loves this book. I've seen so much hype around this book, and I really want to read it so badly. I just don't know when I will. So maybe I should read this. I've heard it's very funny. I've heard it's very easy to get through. So this might be the next book I read. Honestly, yeah, I think I'm more hyped to get this book than any other one. So we're gonna go with Dungeon Crawler Carl. So this was like literally the first first book that I picked when I pulled this prompt. I immediately went like, ooh, Dungeon Crawler Carl. The rest of them I kind of was like, oh, maybe. So we're gonna go with this one. Next prompt. Let's see what we get. Okay. This is a person on the cover. Okay. Interesting. What can I do with that? I'll be back. Alright, I have once again chosen a couple of books. So, first we have A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I loved The 7 Year Slip. And so I saw this and I was like, a girl finding love in a novel? Like a girl transporting into her favorite novel and falling in love with the main character? Absolutely right up my alley. So this has people on the cover. It's two people, so it counts. The next one we have is Together We Rot by Skyla Arndt. Don't get on me for pronouncing names wrong. I don't know how to pronounce names. Anyway, this is like something. It's a horror with like romance in it, and it's about like this guy. Oh yeah, so okay, this girl is looking for her mom who went missing, and she believes it is due to a cult, and he is like a part of, like his family is a part of that cult, or like the main figures of that cult. But everyone's like, no, that's not a cult, you're stupid, you're dumb. And so they end up meeting, and they end up re-meeting, because I read a little bit of it a while ago and I never finished it. But they end up re-meeting after a while. They used to be friends and then they kind of grew apart. They re-meet and she's like, hey, what's going on? Where's my mom? And he's like, I don't know. And that's all I got to. I was not that far into it. But yeah, sounds very good. I'm very interested in it. The next one that I have, this is the last book that I pulled up, is The Poet Empress. It does have a person on the right there. I don't know anything about this, honestly. I know it's really sad. It sounds interesting, and I love a good, like, Asian mythology book. I don't know why I do, but I really do. I'm always interested in them. Although I don't know if I ever actually end up liking all of them. Because a lot of them that I've read, I've been like, oh, fun. 3 stars. So, except Watermoon. I really liked Watermoon. I recently read that and I really liked that. So maybe I'll like this one. But honestly, if we're going based off of like how long these have been on my shelf, I should pick Together We Rot. And again, I say I'm in that like mystery thriller mood, and add a little bit of romance and add some cults into it. Absolutely. I'm also like writing a book that's kind of similar in a way. Not really. It's has cults in it. Whether or not I get back into writing that is debatable, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Together We Rot. It's also a pretty short book, so I think we can get through it relatively quickly. So yeah, let's go with that one. The next prompt, number 3, I believe. Yes. Okay. Oh, maybe I grabbed one and then it didn't want to come up. Okay. The next prompt, number 3, is oldest on your TBR. I have a feeling I know what it is. Hold on. I am almost 90% sure it is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody, which has been on my TBR since I started BookTube, since I knew what a TBR was, and I still haven't got to it, and it's on my, I think it's on my 26 and 26, so I do need to read it. I'm not even sure what it's about, to be honest. There's like games, casinos, there's a gang infest the streets, and secrets hide in every shadow. Sounds fun. And the cover is gorgeous. I love this cover. Yeah, no, I haven't even like picked this up to read it. I think I've put it on a couple TBRs and then just never gotten to it. It's got a map. Look at that. How fancy. We're gonna go with that one because I think it is the oldest, or one of the oldest, if not the oldest. I think. Yeah, probably. We're gonna say yeah. Okay. Next prompt, number 4? trying to shake this up, but I have a feeling that it's not actually gonna get shaken up just because of like the way it's designed. But I'm still picking from like the bottom, so everything has a fair chance. Okay. Ooh, a sci-fi. I have a lot of sci-fis. No, I don't. What am I talking about? I don't have sci-fis. I don't read sci-fi. So I have one sci-fi. I don't want to read it. I'm gonna see if I can find a different sci-fi. What even is classified as sci-fi? I need to go grab my bullet journal and see what I have classified as a sci-fi. Be right back. Okay, so I looked what I had classified as sci-fi, and I only had 3. One of them is already on this TBR, which is Dungeon Crawler Carl. The other one, I started reading, got really bored. I may go back to it. I'm not sure. I just really don't want to today. Just don't want to at the moment. And that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I bought it because I heard the movie was amazing, but I heard a lot of people were like, read the book first. So I bought it. Read like 2 or 3 chapters. Got bored. So I'm gonna do what I said I probably wasn't gonna do, but I decided I'm going to. And I'm going to put Release Me on this. I count dystopian as sci-fi. Sue me. Technically I could reread a book. I do have Renegades. I could reread that. I don't want to. So I'm not going to. I could also read Scythe. I forgot that that's an option. Don't want to read that though. So we're not going to. We're gonna put Release Me on the TBR. So that way I am kind of counting towards my TBR by reading this, because again I say I'm gonna read this no matter what, whether it's on the TBR or not. So we might as well put it towards our goals, if you know what I mean. So we're putting Release Me by Tahara Mafi on the TBR. Goodbye, Project Hail Mary. Last prompt. Ugh. My hand's stuck. Okay. We'll go with this one. The last prompt is a hardcover. Okay. That gives us, this is basically a free pick. At this point, this is basically a free pick. Because I got a lot of hardcovers, because I tend to buy only hardcovers, because I prefer hardcovers. I'm in the minority on that, I think. But that's besides the point. Let's try to read something. I got all my special editions that are in hardcover. I'll be back. Alright, I've got some choices. I really wanted to grab a romance. And then I realized I only have like 1 romance in hardcover that I haven't read yet. So, it's on this list, but I don't know if I'm going to pick it because I'm not really that interested in it right now, but we shall see. The first one is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. This is the only Holly Jackson book that I have not read. If you don't know, I love Holly Jackson. As you can see by my little shrine. Fix that. As you can see my little shrine here, there's also the Shatter Me series. I love Holly Jackson. This is the only book by her that I have not read. So I could read this, finish off her backlist, and wait for whatever new book she comes out with, as she works on the Good Girls Guide to Murder series. Guys, I'm so obsessed with that show. You have no idea. They did Stanley perfectly. Anyway, that's besides the point. Tangent. So that's an option. This is about a girl whose mother has disappeared, and nobody knows what happened to her. And she's presumed dead, and then she randomly comes back, and no one knows what happened to her, like where she went, what was going on with that. So that's what it's like about her sort of story, I guess. I'm not sure, but I'm excited. That's a very interesting one. The next one is The Secret Astronomers by Jessica Walker. This is about these it's a novel in notes. So basically it's like this textbook, but these 2 people have like written in it. They've like written through it in like notes and stuff, And it sounds so interesting. It says on the back, it says 2 strangers, 1 forgotten astronomy textbook, and a decades old secret. Sounds very interesting. But yeah, it sounds very good and just real interesting. It sounds like a very like funny one that might be a good palate cleanser, because I do have a little like darker books besides Dungeon Crawler Carl. That's the funny one. But then the romance that I was talking about is 12th Night by Alexine Farrell Fulmuth. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I apologize. I don't actually know what this is about. I'm not even gonna lie. I bought it a really long time ago when I was in my football era. I'm no longer in the football era. My football era, I mean football player era. I don't actually like football. I'm a faker. I'm a poser. Whatever. But yeah, I think this is like, she likes Dungeons and Dragons, question mark. Like, she likes those like RPG, like role-playing games. And he is a football star who gets injured. And so he ends up, okay, so no, there's like a game, like an online game called 12th Night. And he ends up getting an injury, can't play football, and then goes on to the game, and they meet through that. And it sounds interesting. I'm just not in the mood for it. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably not the one I'm gonna pick. I'm probably just gonna put it right back on the shelf. Sorry. If you're wondering why I put that in backwards, it's because it has sprayed edges, so it goes on my sprayed edges shelf. That's why. So I'm in between these two. I don't know, they both sound so interesting. I haven't started this one. I got like 2 pages in and stopped and ended up reading something else. But I was in a massive reading slip at the time, so that's besides the point. What's the first line of both of them? I don't know how the first line is gonna work on the other one. I mean, I'm probably gonna end up doing this one. This starts with, what do you think happened to your mother? And then this one, Secret Astronomers, I'm assuming that this counts as the first line. So it's August 15th, 2016. I found your note, and this is definitely the oldest book in the Green Bank High School library. But there's no trace of your secrets that I can find. Okay. They both sound so interesting. What do I have? What is this? What is this considered? Is this considered a mystery? I'm gonna go with Reappearance of Rachel Price. Just because like I said, I'm in a mystery thriller mode. I love Holly Jackson. Want to finish off her backlist, so we might as well go with that. Time for a recap, because we've picked all of our books. Here they all are. Woo-hoo. So we're gonna go through a recap of them real quick. The first one was, what was it? Author you've never, or new to you author. I picked Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. Yep. For People on the Cover, I picked Together We Rot by Skyla Arnid. Maybe? I don't know. For Oldest on the TBR, I picked Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. For a sci-fi, I picked Release Me by Tahara Mafi. And finally, for a hardcover, I picked The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Very excited. And that is the finished July TBR. I will come back to you at the end of the month, see what I've read, do another TBR video. Maybe. We'll see if I commit to it. Let's go. Maybe. We're back in the groove. Maybe. Alright. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what your July TBR is, and make sure to hit that subscribe button while you're down there if you like non-commitment. Ooh. We'll see if I post again. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, see you guys later.